If there is one video game publisher slash developer that is my least favorite, it is without a doubt Ubisoft. I dislike Ubisoft games so goddamn much. You have no idea. A few months ago, I actually already made a video on Ubisoft. Well, I sort of talked about Ubisoft. I talked about Rayman being in the new Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope game, which I didn't play because I don't like this company. But this game looks good. It looks quality. It looks a lot better than the other crap that they pump out, because goddamn, they pump out a lot of just like straight up uninteresting stuff that I don't know why people play this. Like all the recent Assassin's Creed games, they just kind of blend together in like an undeceivable like mesh. Just, you know? Of course, Ubisoft has some strong contenders for worst gaming company. You have Activision Blizzard, who just like sexually harasses all their employees, which that's stinky as hell. You have EA, whose sole focus is to make as much money as possible and like barely put any effort into their video games. They have been trying recently. I mean, the Dead Space remake looks cool, and the Star Wars, the story Star Wars game looks kind of goofy. But on the other hand, you have FIFA, which is just a money printing machine. Plants vs. Zombies 3, which looks like complete garbage. But even these two, they make something, you know. At least I can see the value they are putting into the industry. Ubisoft, on the other hand, what does Ubisoft like contribute to this industry? I don't get it. So here's a list of some of their most recent games, okay? Rainbow Six Extractions wasn't very good. XD Defiant, I think this one got cancelled. Princess Persia Sands of Time remake, this one is in development hell. Beyond Good and Evil 2, this one was revealed years ago and it's still not out yet. Hyperscape, which was like a very mobility-driven battle royale, yeah, that's completely gone. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, which is just Assassin's Creed but with blue people. They tried to do a Tom Clancy battle royale, which got a very, very poor reputation when they revealed it. And Skull and Bones, which looks like the most uninteresting pirate game ever created. They wanted to release this on the day of God of War Ragnarok. Are you insane? The only game that I didn't mention that has some level of quality that recently came out is Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, and I bet the only reason why that game is so polished is because of Nintendo. I literally think that's the only reason that they're forced to polish it, because it's a Mario. It's like one of the biggest IPs in the world. All of Ubisoft games have just become so uninteresting, and they became trend chasers instead of trendsetters. I mean, remember Rayman 2? That shit was amazing back in the day. That was like one of the best 3D platformers of its time, and still to this day it holds up. The last Rayman game even, Rayman Legends, that game is a blast. It's so good. Far Cry 3 too, that's a fun game. The old Assassin's Creed games, somewhat fun. What have they done recently? Far Cry 6? Assassin's Creed Valhalla? Well, okay, that's lame. Like the last few years, I feel like they didn't like make anything interesting, and you can see this in their stock. Their stock has plummeted downwards to like what, like $20? It used to be like $100. That's like a 70% dip or so. Like, I don't know a lot about stocks, but that's a big dip. That's not good for your company, okay? So they made some stinky decisions recently. Like, I haven't even mentioned the NFT stuff. It's messy. So what the higher ups decided to do instead of seeing what they are making is super uninteresting, and a lot of people just don't care about it. Instead of just manning up, they sent out a letter to all the employees at the company, which is like 20,000. There are a lot of people that work at Ubisoft, and the higher ups just make it so that they can't make anything interesting. Like, it's so mind-boggling. So a part of the letter says, "Today more than ever, I need your full energy and commitment to ensure we get back on the path to success. I am also asking that each of you be especially careful and strategic with your spending and initiative to ensure we're being as efficient and lean as possible." Like, this just kind of comes over as passive-aggressive. I'm sorry, okay? Well, I don't know why you sent this, because like almost every single person at Ubisoft that that works there was just kinda mad at the higher-ups. Like, don't get me wrong, okay? There are so many people at Ubisoft that just wanna make cool things. They went there because they see it as an opportunity to make something, like, dope. But the higher-ups, they just keep pushing for junk. Continuous junk. Like, none of my friends or, like followers or, like, subscribers I see in my Discord or like, Twitter or whatever. No one ever says anything positive about Ubisoft because there is nothing positive to say. I don't get why they can't put that in their thick skull of them. They don't make anything interesting because they're forced to make it like a live service. Make it a Battle Royale. Make another Assassin's Creed. It all blends together in an uninteresting mesh. They call it Ubisoft fatigue because their games are fatiguing. Like, once in a blue moon, they make something, like, fun. Like the Rayman games. Rayman is still a fantastic franchise. It doesn't have a single bad game. And the Mario plus Rabbids games, both of them, they look quality. But if you look at their high AAA titles, they all look the exact same. It's just recycled crap. I don't get why people keep buying it because Assassin's Creed Valhalla is really successful. I don't get it. They also recently got back on Steam. Yes, Ubisoft is back on Steam. Oh, I missed them a lot. No, I didn't. They released a few games on the platform. They released Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Roller Champions, Immortals Phoenix Risings, Tom Clancy The Division 2, and Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. All of these games, including Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, which is an old game, got received really poorly on this platform. Like, Uplay doesn't really have like a review system where you can leave a review. Steam does, and I'm very thankful for it, but you can clearly see that people are super unsatisfied with Ubisoft. And I don't get why the higher-ups just man up, stop thinking about money, and just make a good game, because the money will come afterwards. It will. Trust me, if you're a company that is respected, that people love, you will make money. And it's not like you don't make money if you just make a traditional, like, single player game. They just want to make everything a live service, and people are just sick of it. I'm sick of it. It's the reason why I haven't properly played a Ubisoft game in years. The last one was Rayman Legends. This game is almost a decade old. So yeah, that's kind of where my ramble ends. I'm just so disappointed and just kind of tired of Ubisoft. I don't get why they just can't see that what they're doing isn't interesting. It's lame. It's repetitive. They have so many franchises, so many employees that they can do something with, but they don't. They just pump out Tom Clancy stuff, and like, nobody likes it. Like, Rainbow Six Siege is the only one that I still see people actively talk about. They also said they canceled like a bunch of their like unannounced games. I think there were 3 of them. Like, what a waste of time. You're literally just throwing money away. Before I end this video, okay? I am not a Ubisoft fan. This article is a lie. I am not a hopeful Ubisoft fan.